Hi guys, welcome to Jeanette and her puzzles. Today I decided to tackle a 1000-piece puzzle, which is a bit of like nerve-wracking because I have no idea how long it's gonna take me to do it. But the reason I picked the puzzle that I did today is because it's a new brand that I haven't tried before. So I really want to see what the quality of the pieces is going to be and, you know, the fit and everything. And the second reason is because this puzzle looks like it's got basically 4 puzzles within one puzzle. So I decided to give myself a little challenge, you know, similar to the funny dog portraits. So I'm going to try to divide all of the pictures separately when doing the sorting, and then I'm going to actually try to assemble the puzzle picture by picture. So it's not gonna be like a full 1000-piece puzzle, but rather like 4 250-piece puzzles. And the reason why I want to do that as well, because I want to see, without expanding the table, how large this table actually is. I'm getting close to 2000 subscribers, so I think there's gonna have to be a 2K puzzle on the list very soon. So I think that's definitely gonna test how big this table is. So if you wanna test this table, just stay with me because I'm definitely gonna push how far I can go. Like, what's the largest count puzzle I can build on this table. But I'm really hoping that 2000-piece puzzle would be quite like comfortable to build at this table, because I'm planning to buy like one of the largest puzzles that normally have bags of 2000 pieces. So I'm really hoping that this is gonna be enough for that, because otherwise I'm gonna have to figure out somewhere else to puzzle. But yeah. Anyway, I think it's time to see what's in the box. Some of the sections are still assembled and it seems like it's quite a good fit, but we can only find that out when doing the puzzle, because then it's gonna be obvious if we've got any misfits and stuff. But so far it looks really good. The quality of the pieces is good. It actually looks really similar to truffle puzzles that I've done so far, so nothing to complain about. They basically have all different cut pieces, but the majority of them seems to be just ribbon grit cut pieces, which could make the puzzle a little bit more difficult. And I found the signed piece as well. How cool is that? I hope there's more. I think it's time to do some sorting. So as you can see, it didn't go as planned because I was supposed to finish sorting with 4 piles only, but as soon as I saw the frame pieces, I realized that it's not gonna really work that way. So I just decided to do the edge pieces separately and then decided to do the 4 puzzles. But then again, some of the colors are really like specific for each poster. Okay, let me turn that around for you so you can see. I heavily relied on it when I was doing the sorting, that's why I had it down. So I think I'm just gonna start with the blue poster because I feel like this is the only one that actually has all the pieces. Everything else seems like the piles are so much smaller. But I separated the rest of the pieces, so there was quite a lot of red, grey, white and black that I just didn't know where they belonged to, because it's really difficult to separate something where there's like a lot of repetitive colours or like similar colours. I was actually thinking to time myself when doing the 4 different puzzles, but I know there could be like, well, there will be definitely different time for like the bottom 2 ones, because they have a lot of grey and like some of the stuff I wasn't sure where they belong to, and they're really small piles when sorting. So I know it's gonna take longer because I'm gonna have to still look for the pieces. So I'm not gonna have a timer on the table because I cannot use my sister's phone anymore. So I'm just gonna put it in my computer, the start and the finish time, and then I'm gonna compare the times at the end of it. I have to admit that the sorting took a little bit longer than it usually does, probably because I didn't just go by the colors, but I have to really think like what goes where to do the best sorting I could. So it took me 35 minutes and it normally takes me like half an hour. So not really a big difference, but it felt like it was a lot longer because it was dragging on. But anyway, again, I didn't expand this table because I wanted to see how far I can take it. So I can easily say that it's completely perfect size for sorting a 1000-piece puzzle, which makes me think that without expanding it, it would be ideal for like doing 500-piece puzzles, because I think it would easily fit on there. The first poster is complete and it took me 31 minutes to do that. I know it took some more time because I didn't find all the pieces actually, because some of the bottom section here with the grey areas I had to actually find from the other piles, so that definitely gave some extra time, but the time is definitely not impressive. Some people finish a 500-piece puzzle in half an hour and I just did a 250-piece puzzle in half an hour. Yeah, definitely not great. I'm really interested to see how long it's gonna take me to do the other posters, because the last one I'm gonna do is probably gonna be the fastest, because I'm not gonna exactly know which puzzles belong to the poster, so I'm not gonna have to like look through anything. But the next one I'm gonna do is, I think, the first poster, because this one was the second one with the most pieces, so I think it's probably sorted the best, so I'm gonna start with that one. Even though there's quite a lot of red on it, and I didn't know if it's the motorbike or if it's the car, so there's still gonna be a little bit of confusion probably and some pieces missing. But anyway, I'm gonna put this one aside now and just crack on with the second one. The second poster is complete, and this one was a little bit of a nightmare because there was a lot of reds in there, there was a lot of white and grey. I thought it was going to be quite easy to do when I decided to do it second, obviously, because I thought that I did the sorting really well. But what it happened was basically a lot of the red pieces were in the red pile, and with the last poster, because there's a bike there, so yeah, and then obviously the grey ones and the white ones, so everything was like in the mixed piles that weren't really sorted, and it took me longer to find those pieces because I had to search through all the piles as opposed to if I just did the sorting by colour and then, you know, assemble it the normal way. It took me 43 minutes to do it though, and this one was like, I know it doesn't seem like a lot more than the last one, but this one had one row less. So it took me longer and it had less puzzles. So definitely harder. That's why I was thinking for the next one, I'm gonna avoid doing the third poster because it's got a lot of greyish and stuff and I just don't want to deal with that right now. So I'm gonna go with the fourth one because it's got more specific colours, and obviously the red one left is just on the scarf. So for the next two, I'm hoping they're gonna be under 30 minutes. So then the total would be like about 2 hours. And then the frame as well needs to be done, so I'm thinking maybe like 2:15, 2:30 maybe to finish the time. So maybe this will be like the fastest 1000-piece puzzle assembled. So obviously with breaks in between, so different because you get rested obviously, but still I wouldn't mind breaking my record today. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. So I can happily say that I finished the third poster, which is basically like the puzzle is nearly finished, but it was definitely not what I expected it to be, because basically I don't know, somehow assumed that the less pieces I'm gonna have, the quicker it's gonna get and the easier it's gonna get. It took me 39 minutes to finish this one, which is basically the longest because this one is the same size as the first one, so 8 minutes longer than the first one. And yeah, it just makes no sense because I don't know if I'm getting tired, or maybe it's because there was so much grey and white and I've still got a lot of grey and white left, so maybe that was connected to it, probably, I don't know. But I'm just really hoping that the last one will be the quickest, otherwise I don't know what's wrong with me, honestly, because like at a competition they basically finish a 500-piece puzzle quicker than I finished this. I know it's a bit different because I have to look through a lot of pieces, so maybe if I actually, now when I assemble the puzzle, if I just took the actual section out and just did that, maybe that would be quicker because I wouldn't have to search for the pieces. So I don't know, maybe I should redo them, because every time I do the same puzzle the second time around is not the same, but that would be the only way to actually know like which one is the hardest one. Anyway, let's see how the last one is gonna go. So this one was, as expected, really quick, so it took me 21 minutes to finish it, which is, you know, finally a good time for a 250-piece puzzle. But I think it was as expected. The fact that there was only those pieces left made it so much easier, because I didn't have to search through piles of pieces, and I knew exactly like whatever's left is gonna go in here, and then the more pieces I put in, the less was left outside. So it was definitely a lot easier, and I think that all of the other 3 posters are not really a good representation of how long it would actually take me to do them. But I'm not gonna go back now and redo them all, not today. Maybe I'm gonna put them in separate bags and do that like in a spare time once. But I still haven't finished the puzzle though, so I've got the entire frame left. But I don't think it should take me, I don't know, longer than 10 minutes now to finish, hopefully. It's still a really quick puzzle though. I'm at, I think, 2 hours and 40 minutes now for a 1,000-piece puzzle. That's a great time. A few months ago, I wasn't even thinking that I could ever go under 3 hours for a 1,000-piece puzzle. I know a lot depends on the picture, don't get me wrong, and this one is quite easy because you basically have 4 puzzles. But anyway, still a good time, I think. Well, let's see how long the frame takes. I managed to finish the puzzle, so it took me 12 minutes to do the frame, so in total 2 hours and 51 minutes, which I think is a good time for a 1,000-piece puzzle. To be fair, this one was an easy one, that's why I picked it for today. So I'm quite happy with my time, I'm not gonna lie. It's a 1,000-piece puzzle under 3 hours, so I will not complain. But I have to say that I really enjoyed it, and I quite like the quality of the puzzle as well. The one thing I would point out is when I was doing mini pickups, it was actually really difficult, and the puzzle just kept wanting to like fall apart, so I'm not sure if I want to lift it up. I think I should. So let's just do a quick pickup challenge now. Well, sort of. It was a bit... Well, let's just put that one here. It crumbled a little bit, as you can see, so not great. Other than that, the quality is really nice. It was easy to know which fits together. There was just one time when I had a misfit. It was nothing major, just one piece, and then it just threw me off because then nothing else would fit in the 2 puzzles that were together. So yeah, other than that, I like the quality of the puzzle. I would probably get another Piatnik puzzle if they're available to buy in Slovenia. I don't think they are. I did enjoy the puzzle overall, even though it didn't completely pass the pickup challenge. So I would definitely put it within the good brands if you're thinking of buying some of their puzzles. So yeah, as you can see, I expanded the table to finish the puzzle. And let me just fix the puzzle and I'm gonna show you how big the table is. So assuming that this is like an average size 1,000-piece puzzle, if I put it landscape, I actually managed to get it up to the fold. So I could fold the table now, which again, like, you could technically puzzle on here, but you wouldn't be able to put all the pieces like anywhere. You see, I do have this extra space here, which obviously helps because I can put the box here, I can even put some pieces or something, but if I only had this table, I would definitely need to have it expanded if I wanted to do it like a 1,000-piece puzzle. So this table has passed the 1,000-piece puzzle challenge. Not really a challenge, but you know what I mean. So next one is gonna be 2,000 pieces. So keep subscribing so we can get there as soon as possible. So I can do my second ever 2,000-piece puzzle in my entire life. I have never gone beyond 2,000, so that's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting when we hit like 5,000 subscribers, you know. Luckily I still have some time to practice until then, but yeah, that scares me. Honestly, like, I don't know what's the higher count number I would go without having the bags divided, because obviously when you get a larger count puzzle, it normally comes in bags of like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 or 6,000 pieces. I think it goes up to 6,000. So yeah, it's kind of like divided, so you don't really feel like you're doing a big puzzle because you're just doing like a lot of small puzzles and then combining them. So I'm not actually sure what would be the highest count that I would be willing to do with all the bags mixed up. I don't know. Yeah, I think 6,000 is like a maximum in my head right now. I don't think I would dare to go beyond that. But I would love to know what's the highest piece count you've done, like with the one bag all mixed up together. And if you can write that in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye!